Yeah, recording refreshed. I actually don't think I've taken that long in any one section that I want to cut anything here. So most of the saves look like they're discoloured. We've got 1, 2 at the bottom and 3 sort of at the top on the left-hand side. So we're getting there. Yeah, there's still what seems like a fair chunk left to do. And as I say, I don't recall. There's been a lot of moaning, a lot of whining. Yeah, I don't recall anything sort of taking sufficiently long to the point where there's an obvious like cut that I want to make or anything like that. So this is going to be an absolutely bloody enormous video. Okay, we're now right side up. So I'm assuming here. In fact, at this point in time, I probably should be making more use of this. I don't know, but probably. I have no idea where I am, to be honest, actually, though. Which is not helpful. Okay, I can see where I am now. Where would I want to go from here? This doesn't look right. Anywhere I could go from here looks like I'd be the wrong way up. I don't want to go over there, I don't think. No, if I go there, I'm. It's difficult, obviously, to see what I'm referring to, but I'm, without pointing at it or putting a marker there or something. But I know what I'm talking about. I can't see where to go from here. Absolutely not. Trying to look for any remotely nearby save that I can see to get to. From where I am, the closest ones are one at the bottom, but I need to be upside down for that. And I don't see any blue thing, any flip icon anywhere near me that I'd be able to get to quickly, or I'd be able to get it quickly, and wouldn't be backtracking. Like I see one sort of below me to the left, but I've already been there because there's a save to the left of that that's discoloured, and I would have been right side up to get it, and I presume to get out of there had to have been in flip mode. So yeah, no idea. Literally again, no idea where I'm going. This looks plausible. This looks plausible up there if the bloody double jump didn't fail. Thanks, laptop. I really need that right now. But yeah, I think all I can do is try and follow the path as it is, like actually physically follow it through and see where I end up. Because again, I do not see where I'm going. Even with looking at the map there, trying to work out how I can get anywhere near any of the other next saves, and I cannot see it at all. This jump is absolutely god-awful, by the way. I can't do anything else. I've got to do that, so now I'm right side up and I'm here. Yeah, wonderful. Don't make any more progress, so I can't see where I'm going. And unfortunately, the first bit is sufficiently annoying that yeah, this could take a bloody age. So I hate that manoeuvre. Where the hell can I go from here? Where the hell do I go from here? Where do I go? What? I don't see a save anywhere anywhere close to being where I am at. I think I see a path. There's a bloody long way. In fact, I don't see a path. No. Yes, oh my. Do I? I can't even tell. I can't even tell on that map whether I can see a path or not. Who the hell cares anyway? Because I'm gonna die to the gate jump. I really don't want to seem too down on this section, but it's way too bloody big. This section's way too goddamn big. The one in stage 4, 5, whatever it was fine. This is way too bloody big. Okay, we did get to where I... Oh my God! Seriously. Okay. That was excessively long for that section. And again, completely unobvious where you were supposed to go. The next bit, on the other hand, looks relatively straightforward. And it is. I'm not denying the cleverness of this by any means whatsoever, but it's too long. It's too big. Either that or it needs to be far more obvious where it is you need to go. Okay, the last 3 saves have been really, really straightforward. So that clears out the 3 at the top now as well. So we've only got the 2 at the bottom, as far as I can tell now, that are still coloured. Or not faded out. So what does concern me is that that's a long bloody way from the end, from the warp though, from the teleporter. You can see where it is now, and the only 2 saves I've mentioned that I've not hit are the ones are right at the bottom. And I swear to God, I'm not touching those spikes on the right hand wall here. I was getting angry. I'm just getting annoyed at everything now. But I mean, seriously, this is just way. This is way too big, this section. And we've still got a whole bunch of stuff left in this VoVoVo medley bit at the end here to do. Did that drop really need to be that long as well? Are you serious? I'll save comments and bits and pieces for, like, you know, final thoughts and wrap up, but I think you can probably tell where I'm going with this one. Don't want to be completely down on it, but okay, the save's there. Okay, that's still an excessively long drop, an excessively long weave. Can I even make that? I can make that, okay. Okay. Okay, I did not appreciate that one wasn't coloured in before. Or I'm hoping I've not backtracked here, because that would be... If it is, I'm going to scream. I didn't see that one, actually. No, maybe I did. Maybe I did think that was one of the 3 we hadn't got. I don't know. I'm worried now. We've still got the 2 at the bottom there. But I thought I was further through than this. Need to single jump that, don't I? Yes. I say I definitely don't recall being here, so I still think I'm on the right path. But I thought it was just the 2 at the bottom that were still coloured. I did not see this one. Where am I going from there? Single jump through that? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a single jump through there, I think. Otherwise, I'm just going into an area that I've previously been. I think I've got a single jump that. Oh, for Christ's sake! Oh, flip! I need to be further over to the right-hand side. I see where I'm going, though. I just, do I even actually see where I'm going? That's where I think I want to go, but that's incredibly tight. and makes me think I can't get there. If I can't get there, then again, I'm completely lost for about the 800th time. Oh my god. Can I even make that? No, I can't make that. There's another ledge there I see that will probably help me with this. Will definitely help me with this. Are you joking me? I couldn't even judge that. Are you? Wow. Just wow. Oh my god. Please. Please. Yes. Yes. One to go. So we're clearly going over here to get this. We're going to flip and go over there, flip and go there. We are indeed upside down, which is where we need to be for this final save. Yes. Okay. So let's actually take a look at this and see where the hell I'm going. How do I get to the warp? I can't see a single other, unless I'm just not seeing it. I can't personally see another save that isn't coloured in. So this looks like it. I need to take a path that takes me nowhere near any saves, I suppose. I almost want to sort of try and see, like, backtrack from the warp, but I can't. Again, I'm hopelessly lost, and not a clue here where I am going. Not an inkling of a clue where I'm going here. Everywhere I've been, I feel like... Well, anywhere here, I feel like I've already been there. I actually don't even see how I'm meant to get into the warp. I actually literally don't see how I can get to the warp. I can't be flipped. I don't see how I can be there right side up, because I was very close to there previously. Unless I'm coming at it from the right-hand side. Maybe. Have I not been to the top middle? No, there's a save there. Have I not been to the top middle right side up? But how do I get right side? I'm completely lost. I've no idea where I'm going. I've no idea where I'm going. I can't see any way of backtracking from the warp to get to where I need to go. I've no idea where I'm going. This I'm sorry, this section's just too big for its own good. Where the hell am I going? I should be like really happy that I'm at like the final save here, but I haven't got a bloody clue where I'm going here. Not a bloody clue. I feel like I've been there. I've definitely been there. That's not right. So I need to jump off somewhere. Here, maybe. I don't know. Does that look familiar? No idea. In fact, I want to drop down a little bit further, actually, and see if there's anywhere else I could go. No, I don't think there is. So I think that's feasibly the only place I could go on face value, but... Do I want to be getting the... No. Do I want to be doing that? Do I want to be getting the flip icon? No idea. Literally, no. I don't think I can make that. Actually, no. I can't make that. Okay. So we've wasted a bloody death trying to find that out, which is just stupid. That. Well, that immediately... I'm going to immediately die on the spike there, so I don't think that's right. Oh, my God. I'm so fed up with this screen. I'm so fed up with this screen. I don't know what else to say. Should be happy I'm at the bloody end of it, but this is just insane. I don't even think I should go over there. I don't see a point. Is that any good to me? Surely I've been there, though. Surely I've been there. I don't know where I'm going. For the 10,000th time, I don't know where I'm going. Oh my good God. Like, where am I going here? I can't even tell if I've been there before. I seriously can't tell if I've been here before. I feel like I must have done, but perhaps another way up. I just don't know. I don't know. Seriously, I've been staring at the map and I can't even like... I can't backtrack a route from the wall. I can't even backtrack a route from the wall to find out, to find the exit to get there. Is that where I need to go? No, not upside down, because then I've got nowhere to go. Because then I can't go anywhere from there. I'm completely bloody hopelessly lost. Completely bloody hopelessly lost with what I think is the last save. I'm gonna try that. I don't know. I just don't know. That is not good at all. And I've been here before anyway. Absolutely adamant I've been there before. Okay, I think we're in the right place. This took so bloody long to puzzle out though, so it might be completely wrong. Anyway, I think I want to avoid, obviously, that flip gimmick one. Go over here, collect this, go back to normal mode. Feather off here, land here, jump over here, and yes! Oh my God, I can't believe how long that took. I can't believe how long that took to figure out or puzzle out. Oh my goodness me. That was insane. But anyway, we're done with the giant, done with the, what? Is that it? I was not expecting that to be it, if that is. Sort of waiting for something to happen on screen now here, really. It is, okay. Well, okay, I guess we'll kind of sit through the credits. I'm not going to give any thoughts at this point in time at the moment. I'm just going to probably just read through things here. So stage 1, where it all started. Stage 2, the sewers. Oh, that counted as stage 2? Okay. So stage 3, the gloomy skies, that was the one with the double jump. Fresh, okay. The hub world thing, all the things are going to get count as stage 1 anyway. Stage 4, wacky platforms. Stage 5, medley maze. That was Danganronpa 2 the thing was from in stage 6, floor 31. Stage 7, shooty lines. Stage 8, starry night sky. Stage 9, shoot water. Stage 10, dash time. And stage 11, the throwback. Oh, stage 12, the finale. Okay, that whole giant last thing counted as an actual stage in itself. Stage 12, the finale. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to give my thoughts at the moment right now. I'm going to wait for the credits to play out. I will then sort of cut from there, and I need to probably just, take a step back from this game for at least a day or so, and just come back to it in a slightly calmer state of mind. Because, lots of thoughts swimming around in my head. I don't want to be too... Just hit the save here, yeah. I don't want to be too... feel like I'm going to be too negative here. Equally, perhaps don't want to be too positive if I know I've got negative things to say on that. I'll say about this, but for the moment, I'm going to call it here because I need to collect my thoughts after, that last screen, I guess, of what just sort of happened there at the end, and collectively, just kind of almost maybe review some of the footage and just re-familiarise myself with how certain things went because I've got so many thoughts at the moment, and I don't want to be. I want to give, I certainly want to give a fair analysis, and at least in my mind at the moment, I don't want to come off as being too negative. So, time to collect my thoughts before I sum up. Okay, so this post-game summary is recorded about 2 or 3 weeks at least after finishing the actual game. I need to give myself a considerable break after, obviously, the completion of the game and what you saw just happen, before I sort of wanted to, just give my thoughts and something like that. I need to just take a step back, distance myself from the game before trying to come up with some sort of fair evaluation of the game as a whole. So we're there on the save select screen, as you can see. So final stats, time of just under 9 hours and almost 4,600 deaths. Probably pretty ropey, but oh well, it is what it is. It was a blind run, so I feel like I've done better blind runs than this one turned out to be. But oh well. But considerable amount of time since I played the game. Because I thought I need to take a step back and just sort of try and come up with some sort of fair evaluation. So it's probably pretty obvious there toward the end that I was not exactly enjoying myself all that much. I do want to say there are probably 3 key things for that, and sort of other bits during the Let's Play as well that ended up being more frustrating than perhaps they otherwise would do. So, in no particular order, I just want to bring up the fact that particularly actually let's go right to the end, because I think the end there is where I started to really kind of lose it. And that was the specific thing to the end is not appreciating that giant screen at the end was the final screen. Now, obviously, in hindsight, there was a message up before we went into that screen with the little screen with the platforms and the blocks in, and you had to sort of double jump up to the block or whatever to stop phasing through the platforms or whatever. And there was on that a big thing saying, this was, I think it said like good luck and farewell. So it was like the entrance to that final screen. It should have completely twigged to me that was going to be the finale, because I genuinely believe that if I'd known that was the final screen. And of course, doing a blind run, I didn't. Knowing that was the final screen, I don't believe, although I can't swear by this, that I wouldn't have got as annoyed with it. I think there was just some feeling like going into that final stretch, the medley, if you will. We'd had the sort of like the area that referred back to double jump refreshers. We had the area that referred back to like the stars and the chords, and the area where you shoot the blocks to get turned into platforms, and the one with the wall shoot jump refresher gimmick and everything like that. So in my mind, there were certain ones that we hadn't yet seen in that kind of end, what I perceived would be the end medley. Most notably, the phase through wall gimmick. At least I think we had anyway. And I was expecting that to reappear at some point in time, and the fact that it hadn't meant that I was expecting that wasn't, or anticipating that wasn't going to be the end of it. There was still more to come. So that's what had me kind of so frustrated with that, in the sense of feeling like there's still more to come after it. Blah, blah, blah. But I said I can't guarantee this, but I genuinely feel like, for me, that if I had known that was the final screen, I don't think I'd have got quite as annoyed with it as I did. The other thing as well is a couple. I've got 2 or 3 more things. One I want to say as well is trying to do too much in one sitting. Now, this is sort of a double-edged thing here. One, that's because just me as a person, I'm really rather stubborn on that respect. So getting to a screen and sort of getting halfway through or something like that, I'm not really someone who can just sort of like pause the game, stop and come back to it later. I'll just feel like I'll just be like annoyed all day. I'll go away and I'll just be annoyed and I can't do anything else anyway, so I sort of have to clear it kind of thing. Whereas, if there's a sensible sort of stopping point, then that's fine. But in the middle of a screen, or in the middle of trying to do having spent like 10 minutes or so on the screen before, actually trying to do that bit where I got hugely stuck on the final screen. The final save where I was messing up on the chord and doing it completely wrong. Although still actually doing it wrong because you can do it that way, but making things unnecessarily more difficult for themselves than they need to be. But trying that for like 10-20 minutes and then not succeeding and stopping and go away and doing something else. That'd be on my mind all the time. I just have to clear it. So again, the final screen, feeling like it's one screen, trying to stop halfway along or whatever, 3/4 away, however long I got through. It was very difficult to tell how far or how close I was to the end. Was just it was just not really going to work for me. So I felt like I had to kind of plough through. I also just from real life point of view, didn't feel like I was actually going to have too much free time over weekends. I didn't fancy doing this on weekdays after work, on weekends to actually. Free to spend a lot of time on this, so I sort of tried to blitz through this quite quickly or in a lot in one go. And again, probably not advisable in such situations. Probably the best thing for everyone concerned would have been to sort of, or definitely myself, would have been obviously just to take a step back, stop, and come back to it at some other point. But say for those two reasons, I felt like I couldn't really do that, so that added to it as well. Coupled with that is trying to keep this channel like profanity free and kind of like kid friendly for inverted commas or whatever that phrase means, in the sense that I guarantee you that if I wasn't doing this as a let's play, on that final screen I would have been cursing like nobody's business, turning the air blue or any other colour that you can think of, because without the recording going, absolutely I would have been doing that. And that in some respects it serves as a bit of a relief. Yes, you feel like you're getting frustrated and you want to swear and whatever, blah, 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 kind of thing. But you're actually doing it, you get it out, you get some of your frustration out. There's an outlet for it. Whereas in this situation, of course, with the recording going, it's just a self-imposed thing for this channel, really. To try and not do that. But in not doing so, there is none of that outlet. There is no release of that frustration. So it just continually builds and builds and builds. So that added to it as well. And the last thing, I feel like I'm listing a whole raft of excuses here, but I do think they are quite relevant. Particularly this last one, because it's only one of two games where I'm hoping it's actually going to be a thing. The other one was Spook Jam, the Let's Play I did previously, and that was obviously stepping away from now using my computer and having to use my laptop, and using this laptop's built-in keyboard, because there are times where I felt like the arrow keys just not in the best optimal position. The jump and the shoot button as well are kind of tricky and finicky. Like to hit in quick succession, so you saw how much fun I had with the wall shoot jump refresher gimmick, and I do genuinely believe that the proximity of the keys on the laptop's built-in keyboard was a factor in why the gimmick was so annoying. Just overall, particularly with that gimmick and other bits and pieces, I am going to lay some of the blame or some of the sort of the frustration at that quarter, and also. Again, don't think it's ever really happened on the computer without being a very rare occurrence, is the number of occasions where clearly the laptop has failed on the double jump, or the second jump has not quite worked. So I do think there's something to that. I don't think it's thankfully it's still not all that frequent, but it's frequent enough. And if it comes at sort of the end of sections and stuff like that, it can be really freaking annoying. So there's about 4 reasons or so there why ultimately this ended up being a little bit more annoying than I think it otherwise would be. And hence how I was feeling toward the end of that final screen in particular. So that aside, it's very difficult to sort of try and evaluate this fairly, knowing obviously how that went at the end, because it was the end, and it has left just that little bit of a sour taste going in my mouth about the game. But what I do want to say is I want to say for about 90% of the game at least, that this was really, really good, and 75% of that probably was super enjoyable. And trying to compare it to, for example, not another VoVoVo game, I think it had much higher highs. Unfortunately, it had a lot lower lows, or a lot more annoyance and stuff like that. But I enjoyed most of the gimmicks. I say the double jump refresher one is a normal one, not the wall jump one. I'll come back to, or the wall shoot one. I'll come back to that in a minute. But just the normal jump refreshers, the block that you should turn into platforms, the stars, reminiscent from Nang. The phase through wall gimmick was fabulous. I loved that area. That was super nice. Really enjoyed that one. Obviously the wall shoot jump refresher one was absolutely awful. It's very difficult to know. At some point in time, who knows? I may even just sort of go back and try and if I can actually select a stage or something like that, try and get to that and play it on a keyboard or something, or on like a computer or with a keyboard that's not built in the laptop, to see if that's any easier, because I do generally think that was what that contributed to how irritating that gimmick was. But still, there are a few moments where he's got to turn around really, really quickly and shoot, and timing for the jumping and the shooting there is really, really precise, and it was very, very awkward, and I did not like that gimmick at all, unfortunately. But that aside, I say pretty much all the other gimmicks, to say the regular VoVoVo stuff with the chords and stuff like that, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, from a actual game point of view, other than that sort of 10% where I'm talking about particularly mostly the last screen there, and only a few moments where, and most of them, to be honest, were me doing something wrong or trying to pull off a manoeuvre that was unnecessarily difficult, and there was an easy way of doing it. So again, my bad on that front. But I still think some bits were very difficult compared to like very easy kind of bits as well. The difficulty curve sort of seemed a little bit all over the place, particularly in the sort of later stages, or later areas. But oh well, not going to complain about perceived easiness later on in the game, because that's certainly going to help things. Yeah, and the game itself, I say compared to not another VoVoVo game as well. Obviously, it's much bigger and even more cleverly designed. I do want to give huge props to the creator for the cleverness of the design of this, and I definitely include in that the final screen. As much as I didn't like that at the end of the day, or as much as how frustrated I got on it, the ability to create a screen like that big, with all manner of gimmicks and flips and sort of in play as well, and to have it reverse traversable and going back into areas where you've previously been, but this time you might be upside down rather than right side up, or you might have a double jump where you didn't before. The capability to create something like that is absolutely extraordinary. And hats off for doing that. Admittedly, I still think that final screen was too big for its own good, and I also didn't appreciate the save sort of discoloration of a save that you'd previously hit as well. I'm not sure whether you could actually hit a save that you'd previously got to before and sort of reverse your progress. If you could do, I think that's an oversight that needs correcting, because that would be absolutely awful. But yeah, there were just so many times, on that final screen in particular, where it was just felt like way too big, because there were just too many viable options for places to go. And until I twigged, probably about 2/3 of the way through, that actually the discoloration of the saves was the indicator into areas that I hadn't previously been. Oh boy, that was yeah. Unfortunately, that final screen was just a bit of a shocker. Even though it probably didn't take that long overall to get through for actually what it was. But it felt like an eternity, and I was just getting really, really pissed off with it. But the creativity and the cleverness of the design, not only of that screen, but pretty much all of it as well. Just a lot of sort of backtracking through, say where you're in flip mode or not, or you're getting a flip icon out the way so you can then do something else is extraordinary. And I say huge props on the actual cleverness of the design of the areas. It's absolutely amazing work on that. So yay for that. I think that's more or less kind of all I wanted to say. I don't want to sort of leave this hanging too long, to be honest. And I say it's been quite a while now, or at least a few weeks since I sort of played it. So a lot of the absolute specifics I'm kind of spacing on. But yeah, the game itself started off more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It was sort of the other one, not again trying to compare it to not another VoVoVo game, but felt a bit more lenient at the beginning. And nothing wrong with that, because it wasn't super difficult, but it felt like a more difficult beginning than I was getting used to. I had so much fun at the beginning with all the little references, like the reference to the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, or just Haruhi Suzumiya, the Danganronpa reference with one of the deaths in the comic book style, and even the music, beautiful line in that area. I keep going back to that because that music is just phenomenal. I love Danganronpa series. I love the music in that series. So that was just fantastic, just to sort of see and hear all that as well. So the game started off so well. And then it picked up a little bit toward the end, but not quite right at the end. But yeah, the middle was okay, and then sort of coming up to the end was not so good for me. It picked up a bit with that wall phase, with that phase 3 wall gimmick, and then the medley at the end sort of thing was okay until the last 2 screens. But yeah, the final screen is just so hard to get out of my head, and so hard to sort of not leave a lasting impression on the overall game. So I mean, in comparison to not another VoVoVo game, I feel like it was a better game, definitely. Not that the first one wasn't as cleverly designed or whatnot, or certainly cleverly designed. I think this one did surpass that in that respect, probably because there's more to it, a lot more to it. But and although it had higher highs, it just had too many sort of lower lows. Whereas not another VoVoVo game, I can absolutely say all the way through, I had so much fun with that from start to finish. There was not a single thing there, I think, that gave me any sense of frustration whatsoever. Whereas clearly in this one, it had its moments. Mostly the wall shoot jump refresher gimmick and that goddamn last screen. Which, yeah, is unfortunate that is obviously the lasting impression that I have of the game. But, yeah, overall, I want to say I had, feel like 75% of this was absolutely amazing, and I had a lot of fun with it. Another sort of 15% was still pretty good, and I still had my fun for the most part, even though it got a little bit more tricky. But there's that 10% or so. Again, mostly those 2 bits, the entire area or level with the wall shoot jump refresher in the final screen, making up that 10% that just sort of tipped this kind of over to say that I probably overall didn't have as much fun as not another VoVoVo game. But that being said, I think it's a better game, and I still think it had higher highs. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Apologies that it sort of did get a bit kind of frustrating and a bit down toward the end there, but yeah, that last screen, man, holy crap. That's gonna live with me for quite a while. That final screen. As I say, I just wish I'd appreciated it wasn't the final screen. Can't swear by it, but I don't think I'd have got anywhere near as frustrated if I'd known that it was the final screen. Even literally the last save or getting to that teleporter, if I'd known that was the last thing I had to do, I think it would have been much more kind of accepting of the accepting of the difficulty and stuff like that. But yeah, anticipating that there was more to come just had me so pissed off. Yeah, I'll leave it there. If I've done my maths properly, there should be obviously the final part should be coming out just before Christmas. So I would assume the 23rd of December. So this will be probably my final fitted video of the year. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you all and such. I shall probably be back early to mid-January, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm not going to do anything else this year, so this feels like a decent place to leave off the year. Plus, I've obviously got Christmas and New Year's or whatever anyway to spend for myself anyway. So yeah, I'll be back probably beginning to mid-January or so. Not quite sure exactly what it will be. There's a possibility about Jingle Jam, I think, which is like another medley, similar to Spook Jam, but obviously Christmas themed rather than Halloween. That one might be fun to do. That one would also be blind. a little bit apprehensive about doing another blind one quite so quick, or quite so soon after this one. But admittedly, it was only really the end of this one that caused all the frustration. But yeah, still a little bit apprehensive nonetheless. But yeah, that's a possibility. Other than that, I'll have to have a think. I feel like I want to do some other things potentially other than. I want to be the guy fan games, but I don't feel like there's a lot left. Mega Man 11 Perfect Runs, possibly, to come. I'm sort of holding out for Mag Mammal 3, make a good Mega Man level contest number 3, but I think there's still quite a bit to go before that one's actually anywhere near ready for release. So, yeah, if it's not fan game based, I'm not actually quite sure what it could be at the moment. But to say Mega Man 11 Perfect Runs is a possibility, although I'd have to work over those over Christmas, and I'm not sure that's how I want to spend my Christmas holidays trying to do those. So yeah, Jingle Jam is probably a decent shout, but I'll have to have a think about other projects. But yeah, I'll leave it there. This has been VoVoVo. I say for the most part a pretty fun game. Fantastically designed, but yeah, just those few trouble spots that, of course, just left a little bit of a bitter taste in the mouth. But oh well. Overall, still a really good game, and I had fun for the most part. So yeah, I shall leave it there, and I hope you'll be joining in for whatever comes first up in 2020. Until then, cheerio.